Well, good afternoon. This is Brian from Picks and Profits, and if my great big huge dog gets in the way, her name is Sam, and just don't mind her. I want to talk to you real quick about some things that I found at Goodwill that I have either resold or I'm in the process of reselling, and tell you about a frustration I kind of have with Goodwill, and see if any of you all have experienced the same thing. First off, in the last couple of days, I've picked up a couple of pretty cool mugs. First, I'll show you the one from today. It's pretty cool. Hot air balloons, and then the terrain, the scene that they're flying over. And whenever I first saw it, I thought, man, that looks really kind of cool. And so I picked it up and looked on the bottom, and I found this label, which is Otagiri, and it's from Japan. So I'm not sure what era this comes from, but in looking it up on eBay, they are listed as vintage mugs, and anywhere from $10 to $14 on eBay. So I'm going to start my price at $8, see what happens. But I only paid 50 cents, so I feel pretty good about that. The next mug you're going to see a picture of pop up about right now. And it was a really cool mug that I found yesterday. And it looks like a prescription bottle. And you can see the writing on it. And this, for those who take coffee like medicine, it's a really cool mug. And it came from a company called Big Mouth Productions, or Big Mouth Limited. And I had never seen one like that. And so when I saw that yesterday, I jumped on it. Even though it was $2, I don't normally spend that much on a mug, not knowing what I'm going to get in return. But I felt really good about it. And that was yesterday evening. This afternoon, I sold it for $10. And a lady said that, hey, I just found my husband's Father's Day present. So that was really cool. And that was 5 times the money. Real quick turnaround. So that was pretty exciting. Also, I just, in the last few days, I found this. In fact, I think it was Tuesday that I found this item. And if you would zoom in right here on this label, it says Monarch. It's a Monarch basket. And then around the top, it says environmentally friendly and recyclable. Now, I believe this is synthetic rattan. It is not bamboo, or it's not like a natural weaved, product. But I've done some research. They're very, very, very hard to find online. I did find a lady who had one listed on a vintage basket site. It's nearly the exact same basket. It has the exact same emblem and information, and she says it's from the 60s or 70s. Well, I don't believe that. Now, I could be totally wrong, but I don't think in the 60s and 70s people were that concerned about being environmentally friendly and recyclable. Okay? They were too busy smoking weed at that time. I don't think they cared about that. So, we had another lady help me, and she thinks it was actually made maybe in the mid to late 90s. It's a reproduction of a vintage style. She is a manager of a boutique here in town, a high-end flea market, and she believes that this basket, well, she wouldn't start it for any less than $45. So I'm going to try to get $45 for it. I might get a lower offer. If I can get $35, I might be excited still. I only paid $8. I just felt really, really good about it, and I think I'll make a decent profit on this. Last item I want to show you is this Star Wars Millennium Falcon art kit. I paid $4 for this, and there were 2 of them. I got them both. They are sealed in the package. Everything should be in there since it's sealed. It's new, and once again, got it at Goodwill, $4. I tried to scan the barcode, and here's where I'll talk about my frustration for a minute. What I'm finding at Goodwill is that if these are new items that have barcodes on them, they're starting to mark through most of them with markers, and I think it's to thwart the effort of people like me who are in there to find items to resell, to make it a little more difficult. So we have to spend a little more time in actually typing in the item to find it. If any of you are experiencing the same thing at local Goodwills or a Goodwill outlet, let me know. I'd be interested to know if that's kind of a universal practice, or if it's because I'm in there trying to find things to resell. I know actually that several people are doing the same thing. I find several people in there when I'm walking through with their phones out and they're looking up items on eBay, etc. I found it easier just to use the barcode and scan it, but I can't do that with them marking through. Anyway, this item, anywhere from 12 to 25, depending upon the reseller and who's listing it online. I'm going to try to get 15. If somebody talks me down to 10, that'll be fine. I'll still make $6 on it. But, those are my items that I found as of late. So I'm really enjoying this reselling thing. Also, I'm not doing eBay yet. And the reason is I have done eBay in the past years and years. Excuse me. Years ago, I was trying to do some reselling on eBay. But I just found it to be a really hassle to mess with all the shipping. So honestly, right now, all that I'm doing is I'm using local Facebook garage sale sites, and I'm listing my items. Also, I do have a flea market booth about 2 blocks away from my home, so I'm putting some items in there as well and working on reselling that way. But I will continue to update as I find cool items, as I learn new things, as I sell, as I make sales. I'll let you know kind of the profits. And I just want to, encourage you to keep picking, keep looking. The Bible says to seek and ye shall find. So God bless you. You have a great night. Okay, so I know I said goodbye earlier, but I decided this evening to go back to Goodwill. It's not a Goodwill outlet, it's just a regular Goodwill. The nearest outlet is a couple of 100 miles away. But I was inspired after watching Dorky Thrifters. I recommend you following her. Got a lot of great tips. And Nicole State, another reseller. Now, I think they both primarily use eBay. I don't much. But I am going to on one of these 2 items. One of the things that was suggested in one of the videos, and I believe it was Dorky Thrifter, it might have been Nicole State, because they both do these Goodwill hauls and explain what you're going to, or what they expect to make. So first off, I bought this tie. It is an Eagle Wings tie. It's in gently used condition. It is a Mizzou tie. I'm sure there's probably some Mizzou fans around here, and I'm going to put this tie actually on a local garage sale site and advertise it as a great Father's Day gift. I paid $2 for it. I'm going to try to get 10 or 12. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to put on it, but online you'll find ties like this in the neighborhood of $25 to $35, so it's still a really good deal on a tie. The other tie that I found is by a company called Allen Menswear, and I looked them up, and it says on the title, or on the tag, Creative American Designs. One thing that I learned today on YouTube is ties are great, and certain brands of ties are great, but also the subject matter is very important, and I agree with that. This tie I couldn't pass up, and if I can't sell it, I will keep it myself. Because if we can zoom in on this tie is decorated with Dalmatians and Bulldogs and Dachshunds or Wiener Dogs all peeing on fire hydrants. I just have a feeling that because of the subject matter, not necessarily because of the fire hydrants, but the dogs peeing on the fire hydrants, I have a feeling somebody is going to jump all over this one. Once again, this was a $2 tie. I'm going to start it at like $9.99, and I'm going to let the bidding go up from there. So $9.99 plus shipping. I'll put probably $3 shipping on it. Might make $1 off the shipping as well. But I really have a feeling that I'll be able to make $10 or $12 on this pick this evening. So, I am now signing off for the day, for sure. God bless you, get a good night's rest, and go out there and do some picking tomorrow.